By Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adayatano program. Harley-Davidson of Guam. Visit our new showroom now located on Route 8 in Mighty. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, Father Louis Brouillard has died. What does this mean for the many who've accused him of clergy sex abuse? Plus, a man accused of killing a dog and a cat appears in court today. And a landmark case for the local self-determination is heard in Honolulu. Nessa Racanto has the latest.
Hafa and good evening.
Well, Father Louis Brouillard has died.
What does this mean for the dozens who've accused him of clergy sexual abuse? Church attorney John Torre tells KUAM the priest's passing has no effect on continued efforts towards mediation. Here's more. He's admitted to abusing boys on Guam because he thought it made them happy. This is Father Louis Brouillard in a phone interview with KUAM back in August 2016.
Did you molest some boys?
Yeah.
You did? Do you know how many?
No.
Did you molest some boys while being a priest on Guam?
Yeah.
Do you remember a boy named Leo Tudela?
No, I don't remember him.
Do you remember or have any estimation of how many boys you may have molested while on Guam?
Oh, I don't have recollection of the number, no.
Leo Tudela was the first to accuse Brouillard of clergy sexual abuse. Dozens of others followed. Some accusers reported the former Guam priest and scoutmaster for the Boy Scouts forced them to swim naked on swimming trips. Others reported he took nude photos of them and forced them to watch pornography and look at adult magazines. Others have accused him of rape and other sexual acts. Brouillard, according to a press release out of the Archdiocese of Agana, died on Wednesday or Thursday Guam time in Minnesota at 97 years old. Though long removed from Guam, the Archdiocese of Agana continued to pay the accused pedophile priest. Brouillard told KUAM he received $550 a month. In that same interview, he apologized for his actions.
I'm sorry that it happened, and I should never allowed myself to the opportunity or the time for such things. It happened long ago, and time has not healed me. I'm sorry that it ever happened.
Brouillard's passing comes the same week as a motion filed in the District Court of Guam by Joe R. St. Augustine, formerly known as Father Andrew St. Augustine. St. Augustine has made 2 motions demanding he face a judge and jury as soon as possible. In his filing, he states, quote, "If only I am given the opportunity to be heard in court while I am still able to speak on my own behalf before I leave this world." The vast majority of clerical sex abuse cases in Guam is against deceased priests who can no longer speak on their own behalves. Guilty or innocent, they are deprived of speaking for themselves, end quote. St. Augustine, who faces 1 allegation made by a Saipan woman, notes his deteriorating health as a reason to expedite trial. The church, meanwhile, extends their prayers to Brouillard's family in the U.S. mainland. Quote, "We pray for the soul of Father Brouillard," end quote.
Well, we first brought it to you on Primetime this week. Exclusive video of a man accused in a pet killing arrested on Thursday.
That suspect, Gerald Cruz II, appeared in court late this afternoon. In a surprising twist of events, he's been charged for killing not just a dog, but a cat as well. Here's more from the Northern Court of Guam. Pugwa, the dog, was found shot to death on private property late last month. His alleged killer, Gerald Wayne Cruz II, appeared before Magistrate Judge Benjamin Sison on Friday afternoon.
They're accusing me of committing the following crimes: 2 counts of animal cruelty as a 3rd-degree felony, with a special allegation of possession and use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony.
The Jigo man is accused of killing not just Pugwa, but also a cat. Court documents state his wife witnessed both shootings using his .22 caliber rifle. A search warrant on Thursday recovered the firearm as well as other guns his wife claimed he, quote, had used when shooting the animals, end quote. Court documents state another witness also saw him shoot that cat in the neighbor's yard, pick up the body, and throw it in the back of his truck before driving off. Prosecutor Jeremy Kemper argued the defendant be held on $25,000 cash bail. Public defender Jocelyn Roden arguing that amount simply too much.
This is a case involving gun violence on the property of other people against 5 different animals on different dates over the past summer.
And the two biggest concerns to the court are danger to the community and whether or not he would flee the territory. He is not a flightless, Your Honor. All his ties are here, his wife is here, all his kids, all his property is here.
Cruz documents state confessed to killing the cat, but not the dog. Though there have been other attacks on pets along Goro Elena Street in Chigo, Cruz is not facing charges in those incidents. Gain has reported a Rottweiler was shot and killed, while a golden retriever survived a bullet to the testicles and leg. Another dog was also found shot to death in a neighbor's yard. It was noted that Cruz has a misdemeanor child abuse conviction, which has since been closed. Prosecution also noted that Cruz has a valid firearms ID. He was released on a performance bond should he fail to follow court orders. He'll have to pay $25,000 and go back to jail. His next court hearing is set for November 1st.
Convicted former GPD officer Mark Torre Jr. argues Supreme Court Justice Robert Torre should be disqualified from hearing his appeal case before the High Court. Torre's response comes after Justice Torre's in-court filings denied any alleged conflicts. But Torre again states Justice Torre and his wife Senator Mary Torre have been spotted in photos with Domino Lux International Fraternity. The victim, fellow officer Albert Piolo, was a member of the Brotherhood. Torre has since been sentenced to 8 years for the 2015 shooting death of Piolo. Now, Justice Torre has stated disqualification from the case is not warranted, arguing against the claims made by defense. Meantime, Mark Torre Jr. remains under house arrest pending his appeal of the negligent homicide conviction or arguments set for November 1st.
In a landmark case for local self-determination, a 3-judge federal appeals panel heard arguments on the constitutionality of a native inhabitants-only vote meant to express Guam's future political preference. Nestor Lacanto reports.
The hearing was held Thursday in a courtroom at the University of Hawaii Law School. At issue is a Guam District Court ruling that the proposed plebiscite violates the 15th Amendment, which prohibits voting discrimination based on race. Guam Special Assistant Attorney General Julian Uggan explains his main argument.
The difference between ancestry and race, because our chief contention for both the 15th and 14th Amendment legal arguments we were making was that the District Court had inappropriately collapsed ancestry and race, and that as a matter of law, that sort of collapsing was improper. And so we asked for a reversal based on the fact that there was no racial classification at issue, and therefore it was perfectly legitimate under both amendments. And the 3-judge panel really focused on that argument.
But attorney Lucas Townsend, representing plaintiff Arnold Dave Davis, argued that the vote would discriminate against his client and that the plebiscite is also more than just a non-binding political poll by native inhabitants.
This is a taxpayer-funded, government-sponsored vote involving the territory's election machinery. Once you do that, that is something that has to be opened up to all registered voters without distinction of ancestry, without distinction of race. So this is covered by the 15th Amendment.
In a statement, Attorney General Elizabeth Barrett Anderson, who attended the hearing, says the judge's back-and-forth questioning is an indication that the legal issues in Guam's case have far-reaching constitutional impact. Uggan explains.
This idea that if this circuit does not sort of stop the sort of spread of this legal idea that ancestry is always race, it has profound and portentous and dangerous consequences and implications across the sort of legal landscape. Essentially, all over the country, simple uses of ancestry that are perfectly legitimate and do not run afoul of the Constitution would collapse into racial classification. And therefore, so many other things would be on the chopping block. And I think that's what she was getting at.
A decision is not expected for several months. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lacanto.
Thanks, Ness. Keep it here. We're back in a moment.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
Cheers to 80 years! It's our 80th anniversary and the gifts are on us. 80 gift certificates, 8 shopping sprees, 8 staycations, and 1 round-trip flyaway for 2 to Manila. So how do you enter? Calvo's Insurance personal home and auto customers are automatically entered. Non-Calvo's customers may enter by receiving a qualified quote. It's our way of saying thank you for trusting us for the past 80 years. For more details, visit calvos.com/giveaway or call 472-6816. Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years.
It is one man lives enough to trust. You say those words like you hate me now. Don't be afraid of these thunderclouds.
30 years ago, I moved to Guam from the Philippines to make a better life for my family. I worked hard every day. We struggled, but I was happy to do it for my kids. This is my house. It isn't fancy, but it's home. I will do anything to protect my family, but I don't feel safe. I don't see police patrolling the villages like I used to. Guam is not the same. Criminals are getting braver because they know we don't have enough police officers. The Lieutenant Governor says public safety is a priority. He's been in the office for 8 years and had the chance to do something to make us safer, but he didn't. I'm tired of empty promises. I want someone who's going to get the job done. That's why I'm voting for Lou and Joss. Sa Nobyembre 6, ako po ay boboto para kay Lou at Joss. At inaanyahan ko po kayong lahat na maniwala na mayroon tayong karapatan na maramdaman na ligtas ang pagboto sa kanila. Ako po si Bobby Gopez. Maraming salamat po.
I'm Louie Guerrero and I approve this ad.
Hafene, welcome back. Concerns over a potential write-in campaign and one gubernatorial team calling out the other over a possible conflict. The GEC went over several issues during Thursday night's meeting, Nick.
That's right, but one issue in particular is the GEC's financial struggle. Commissioners questioning if they'll have enough to continue operating past Election Day. A very tight budget. The Guam Election Commission still has expenses owed from the primary election held back in August. GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan discussed the problem with commissioners at Thursday's meeting. The talk had some asking what would happen next if the money does fall short.
Does Guam Election Commission have enough money for the general election? It depends, on what comes before us between now and November 6th.
Before them is a write-in campaign and whether or not the candidates would need to be recognized as such by the GEC. KUAM has since confirmed the Ugin Limtiaco team will officially announce their write-in candidacy Saturday night at a rally in Anigua.
One of the things that is a concern is, are the candidates asking? Because all the time in the past, it's always the candidates that come before the commission, if they come before the commission, that ask for the approval of these teams. And in this case, it's nothing.
Then there's the letter Attorney Tom Fisher delivered to the commission on behalf of the Tenorio Attic campaign. The letter noting potential conflicts with Democrat candidate Lulian Guerrero and her dealings with the Bank of Guam.
And there's just no way she can serve as governor of Guam and maintain those interests.
The GEC did not entertain the letter at last night's meeting, but the Lou and Josh camp did respond, stating in part, quote, Lulian Guerrero has always followed the tough rules and regulations in her career as a nurse, a senator, and in her term with the Bank of Guam.
If she is sincere in saying that she is going to follow the law, then if she gets elected, I assume that she will divest herself and her family members of all interest in the Bank of Guam, or she will remove or cause to be removed all her Guam deposits in her bank. And currently that amounts to about 40% of the profit.
Both issues are under the GEC's legal review and could be discussed at their next meeting. For now, the GEC is keeping a close watch on its spending. to ensure they can operate during election and beyond. The GEC recessed their meeting until next Tuesday at 5:30 in the evening. While the request is denied, the GEC did not approve the Guam Police Department's request to conduct a community policing survey right outside the polling sites on Election Day. Commissioners expressed concern that the effort may discourage voters heading to the polls. GPD Major Andrew Kittigwa was there reacting to the GEC's decision.
On the soundboard. It's unfortunate that we're not being allowed to conduct the survey within the gates. It just, kind of makes it inconvenient for respondents to fill it out at a later time and then drop it over at a facility. That's pretty much it. But otherwise, we still plan on trying to get as much information as we can from the general public.
Public Safety Chair Senator Talina Nelson and former Chief of Police Fred Berdalio also opposed the request. Kittigwa says they still plan to conduct the survey outside and away from the voting sites on November 6th. The survey was funded through a federal grant and developed by the University of the South Pacific Research Office. The police department says the results could give them a strategic direction on how they should be providing safety to everyone living here. You can view the 100+ questions survey on our website.
Deployed during times of disaster, reps from FEMA are still on island, helping businesses and government agencies get back on their feet after Typhoon Mangkhut.
This week, officially helping agencies fill out applications for their reimbursements. Carmen Terlahi has the story.
Still on island a month after Typhoon Mangkhut, Peter Sessom, spokesperson for FEMA, says he's seen the damage firsthand.
What I did see was significant damage that really just warrant the disaster declaration.
A disaster declaration approved, but only to rebuild public goods.
But this is for public infrastructure and any kind of agencies that are really for the public good. So we're talking about power, water, other infrastructure things like bridges and roads and that kind of stuff. So in cases like power, where they don't have the ability to wait until all this is done, so they do the work first, and this will be a reimbursement process.
A reimbursement that includes paying for overtime, says Jenna Blas, Public Information Officer for Guam Homeland Security. So far, at least 40 people from a wide range of government agencies, nonprofits, and qualifying businesses are filling out the application. But Sessom explains why federal funds were not approved for individual cases.
You're saying, you got this. And that's kind of what this is. It's not a reflection on any one family or any groups of families or any number of people and how much they've suffered. We recognize that, but it just wasn't so severe that it can't be handled by the government.
Gov Guam had resources to weather this storm. Though the governor does have the ability to appeal within 30 days, Sessom says that individual assistance is available through other local agencies. Meantime, reimbursements that were approved may take some time.
There's no hard date set in stone right now. We're still even receiving reimbursements from Typhoon Dolphin in 2015. We did receive a public assistance then, as well as from Typhoon Halong back in 2014.
From my experience, that this partnership, working with Guam Homeland Security, really has set the standard for what I'd like other people to follow.
You can find more info on qualifying for disaster assistance at FEMA.gov or call Guam Homeland at 475-9600. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
Thanks, Carmen. Well, sports is next, but first a look at your island weather.
Half a day, hungry drivers. Are you spending more time on the road? Shell has teamed up with Wendy's so you can buy fuel and eat free. Just fuel up 7 gallons at any Shell station and get a coupon for a Wendy's cheeseburger or chicken nuggets. Or use 2 coupons to redeem a Wendy's cheeseburger meal with fries and a drink. Fuel up at Shell today because this deal won't last long. Quality service, fuel and food from Shell and Wendy's.
Autism Community Together of Guam is a support group for individuals with autism spectrum disorders and their families. We are a group of parents and caregivers who have children with autism spectrum disorders and understand the joys and challenges in raising them. To learn more about ACT or to join our family, call Joe Bloss at 687-1284. Send an email to autismcommunityguam@gmail.com or visit us at Autism Community Together on Facebook.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I'll get to some programming news in just a bit. But first off, your Darren's-own Athlete of the Week, along with some girls' high school volleyball championships. Check it out. We're here at Darren's-own East Sagania for our Darren's-own Athlete of the Week. Today we have FD football player Kobe on the there. Rihanna.
Congratulations on being Darren's-own Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to present this check to?
I would like to present this check to the EMC Cancer Foundation.
Your senior year, and you were selected as this year's homecoming king for FD. Tell us about how you felt once your name was announced.
Honestly, I was really surprised that I got the homecoming king position because I wouldn't really expect to be voted as much as I did on that night. So it was a real surprise for me to win the homecoming king.
Playing football at FD is such a tradition in the sport, but playing alongside your brothers, guys that have you grown with throughout youth football and now throughout your high school career.
It's a real honor to be able to play with the brothers I've made throughout my past 2 years playing for football, and I'm really happy to be part of the brotherhood now.
Your dad has been a big influence, impact in your life as far as strength and conditioning, making sure you're on point. How has that been as far as having your dad by your side and pushing and motivating you throughout your sports career?
It was really good. This time around, my dad he decided to send me off island with a few other FD boys. So this time around it was different. It was, instead of my dad being with me by my side, it was another coach. But I still had the constant support from my family when I went off island to Hawaii.
Yeah, talk about that support. Your mom, your brother, your sister. You know, you usually have a big supporting cast out to all of your sporting events.
I'm really happy that my family makes an effort to make it to my games, and it really makes me happy to see them because when I play football, I play for my family most of the time.
Wrestling season around the corner. You're defending gold medalist at the All-Island event. But what's your goals for this year's wrestling season?
My biggest goal is to one thing is get the championship, but we're gonna take it one match at a time, and I hope to repeat all my accomplishments I made last year in the last season.
All right, congratulations. Stay tuned to our next Darren's-own Athlete of the Week.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
the Notre Dame Royals were crowned IIAAG Girls High School Volleyball Champions for the second straight season. ND defeated the St. John's Knights last night at the UOG Cowboy Fieldhouse in 3 straight sets, 25-19, 25-22, 25-21. The Royals finished the season perfect with the championship trophy heading back down south. After running away with the first set, Ostia Mendiola put away the second set for ND with a kill shot, while teammate Nicolette Paris put down the game-winning shot for the Lady Royals.
I was just really excited, and I just wanted to keep the momentum up and keep the ball in, and I'm just very happy. This year it just felt great. I wasn't expecting to come back. Everyone was telling me that it was going to be hard and it was going to be impossible, but resiliency was either going to break me or it was going to make me even better. I did it for myself, for my team, and I just wanted to show everyone what I was capable of doing.
Our coaches are always there for us from the start, giving us feedback on what we need to fix and what we did good on, and they just